everybody. We're in Oakman, Alabama, here at Oakman High School. This is another edition of Go Wildcats with Coach Ryan Hall. All right, Coach, last time we talked, we previewed your spring practice sessions. Now we're in the final week of those sessions. Just tell us what you've learned, how those intended purposes have been met with your guys.
It's always about evaluation. It's a good time to kind of move guys around and see who can do what. And, one of the big things is to see who will hit. We'll go through the summer where we won't be in pads, so the spring gives you an opportunity to put some guys in some situations to see who's physical and who still needs some work, and so we've been able to do that. We've had 41 guys go through spring. That will be our varsity. And then we've had another 22 that will be our junior high. That's mainly 6th, 7th, and 8th graders right now. So we've had good numbers, and up to this point, it's been pretty clean. We have seen, I feel like we've been more physical probably this spring than we have been in the past in some places. Obviously, we lost some great football players, and we're not, we can't replace them with one or two guys. But I think overall, a lot of guys playing hard and competing, and that's kind of the deal. Everything's a competition right now. There's not a position where you're the one, you're the two. It's just whoever day to day wins it. We grade them every day, primarily on effort and discipline, doing the things that we ask them to do. And whoever hits the highest grade, he gets the more reps on that day. So that's kind of how we've gone through the spring. But it's been good so far. We've had good weather. And just, it's an exciting time of year for us. School is getting close to summer, but we still got some football to do. So I've been proud of the effort that we've practiced with.
All right, that's great. Earlier this week, we had a signing here at the school of one of your guys. You had a sizable senior class this past season, and several of those guys have signed to play at the next level. And I know you're excited about them continuing their education elsewhere and getting a chance to play also. Tell us quickly about those guys.
Yeah, it's always something that a lot of these young men, they have a goal when they're young to be able to sign and sit up here and, do that and then continue their football career on to play in college. And we're certainly proud of every young man that gets that opportunity. The major factor in that is they have opportunity to get education and, hopefully set themselves up to be successful down the road, and football is an avenue to do that for a lot of them. And so anytime that happens, we're extremely proud and grateful. And we've had several. AJ signed with Memphis early and early enrolled and actually practiced through the spring with him this year. We went up and watched him practice in Nashville, and he was playing a little edge, defensive end kind of hybrid, and had a really good day. He's excited, seems to be enjoying it. He was an academic scholar athlete of the quarter there for their team, which I thought was a big deal. And I've always said this about AJ. He's very serious about his academics, and he's continuing that on in college, so we're proud of him that. Then we had Denzel Chapman sign with the Mexico military, which is the defending junior college national champions, and that's a big deal. People assume that JUCO is like, it's hard to get kids in JUCO. In Mississippi, they can only take 6 out-of-staters, I think. In Kansas, they can only take 6 or 8 out-of-staters, and so those guys typically are Division I bounce backs, guys that didn't do what they were supposed to do, or they're placed there by a major FBS program, Miami, Florida, Florida State, Alabama, Georgia, and so it's hard to get an out-of-state high school guy in a good JUCO program. The ones that you can get them in, they don't give full scholarships, so the price is high. But Denzel was able to find a fit there at the Mexico military. We're excited about that. We think they're getting a big physical receiver that can step in and play. We also had an offensive lineman, Nick Hanley, signed with Lawrence University up in Appleton, Wisconsin. And of course, Nick's a versatile offensive lineman. He's played center, tackle. We're really proud of him getting that opportunity. And Nick's he found a fit. He wants to go in physical therapy, and that particular school offered that and him an opportunity to play football. Earlier this week, we had a couple of guys sign. We had Caden Marchbanks, who I just added it up when we did his signing. He scored 44 touchdowns over the past 2 years for us. Wow. So just a phenomenal player and did so many things for us. But he signed with Faulkner, and I think he'll go in there and have a chance to contribute early in the secondary. And I definitely think he'll have an opportunity to play on special teams, whether it be in the return game or coverage. He's just a very dynamic player. And Caden also graduated here with a 3.7 GPA. He will graduate with a 3.7 GPA, so that helped him be able to do that and continue on. Then on Wednesday, Trey Thomas signed with Huntington School in Montgomery, and They were really big on Trey as a D lineman, really liked his ball get off, his explosiveness. And I think Trey's going to turn into a really, really big physical player where he's got full year of weight room, nutrition, and he always played basketball, so he'd come out of basketball down 20 pounds, and he'd really have to fight to get that back on. But they're really excited about him, and we could potentially have a couple of more. I think we will have one more and maybe two more guys. We have a couple more with offers that are just kind of still pondering if that's what they want to do. So it's been a good year for us. And one thing that I'm really proud of here, in the 3 years that we've been here, that we've got 11 kids signed, which is a really big deal, we feel like, for us. And probably could have had a couple more. We had a couple of more kids our first year here that had offers but chose not to sign. And, so that number could be up to 13, 14, 15. And we want to continue that. And that'd be some aspirations of our kids. But I want them to aspire to do that for the reason to get an education and put themselves in a situation where they can be successful as adults. So proud of those guys. Look forward to following them. And if you get a chance, got people out there, and you see those kids, congratulate them, because that's a big deal.
Awesome. That's very, very good. All right, as the week winds down, tomorrow night is a big deal, kind of the final cap to the spring football efforts. Spring game here at Oakman. Tell us about those details.
Yeah, the game we'll start at about 6 o'clock. We'll play Curry. And what we'll do from about 6 to 6:30 is come out and warm up and do a small, light practice. But that'll give our 6th graders who are not eligible to play in the game, we'll allow them to come out and do some things in front of the crowd and just kind of for them to do something fun on their spring game. And then at 6:30, we will start the spring game. And it's going to be a controlled scrimmage. It'll be 64 plays with who we and Curry feel like are our best guys. And then we'll play an additional 32 with our younger guys, threes and middle school guys, and give them an opportunity to go out and play. So it'll be based on drives. We'll go 8 plays on offense. If we score every one of them, or if they hold us every one of them, we'll run it 8 plays, move it up 10 yards, and then they'll go on offense. And we will actually mix some special teams. That's been one of the emphasis we've had this spring, is we wanted to make sure that we started to install and train some of the details of our special teams. And so that's a big night for us, and kind of a culmination to the end of the spring, a reward for those guys. So we'd love for as many of you to come out and see, give you a kind of a peek into next year. Now, we don't have it all figured out. We still got some guys we're trying to piece in there and where they'll play and who will play what, but we'll at least go out and be able to compete a little bit and hit. And admission will be $5, and that game will probably last about an hour and 15 minutes. It's not going to be a long night, so we'll get out and run around and hit a little bit and let those guys play. Hopefully that'll be like their playground. The practice is kind of grueling and tough in the spring, and they can get out there and turn loose and enjoy the night. So come see us, and again, it'll be $5, and that starts at 6 o'clock on Friday night.
Okay, very good. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, that $5 admission to see your Oakman Wildcats against the Curry Yellow Jackets. Coach, we thank you for your time. We thank you at home for watching. Anything else, Coach?
Yep, go Wildcats.